Hey everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. I do apologise that in some of my titles I have to do things like replace O's with zeros and I's with exclamation marks and things like that. The YouTube censors are being very sensitive at the moment. I couldn't even put GOP. I had to put G0P in the title of the last video I did. So I do apologise if you're trying to search for anything. It makes searching really difficult because they won't come out with those little snippets. Okay, what I want to have a look at, I'm using the Gilded Tarot Royale. I do apologise, I don't have the full box. I'm just going to go entertainment only. I'm here today, I'm here tomorrow, and then I'm off for a week. But if anything urgent comes up, I will be taking my tablet and a deck of cards with me because, oh my goodness, what a week we're staring down the barrel of. Okay, what do I want to have a look at? Well, there's a couple of things here that I have noted down, and then everything went skew this morning. So apparently Portugal and Spain have had a massive, massive power outage. And what it was that the power supply from France was interrupted and caused a large drop in the amount of power being supplied to Spain and Portugal across the border. And what happened is it tripped the grid and caused a collapse of the grid system, not a physical collapse, but a collapse of the electrical system, as particular pathways were being overpowered and others were underpowered, etc. It does then really promote the idea of solar electricity and network batteries because then it stops this massive shutdown system occurring. Now, apparently, what happened is due to this electricity issue, I believe was it. I didn't write down the number. It caused Spain to shut down their nuclear power stations as well because the ability for the cooling was compromised. So trains, schools, hospitals, gridlock traffic, you name it, the power was out. People struggled to get to return home. Schools were closed. Hospitals fortunately have backup systems, but it was just an absolute nightmare. So what I want to have a look at is apparently it's been, last time I checked, it was 50% restored. Absolute nightmare situation. And then we have here the powers that be, the protective powers that be, trying to do what they can do. Um, was it a cyber attack in response to the EU support of Zelensky over the weekend? That's what I want to have a look at. Now, before I do so, I'm just going to nip over here and look at the live update for the Canadian federal election. The Liberals at 162, the Conservatives at 149, BQ has got 23, NP has got 8, and the Greens have 1. So yeah, I keep the cards I did the other day said it would be close and it would be the minor parties coming together with either the Liberals or the Conservatives to actually form government. And then, of course, all of you guys leapt on and said there's no way BQ or NDP would go with the Conservatives. But yeah, I do feel that there's going to have to be, I say coalition, I gather it's not what you guys would call coalition over there. I just feel like they're going to have to work together. Okay, so let's have a look at the electricity grid. And while I was talking about the Canadian elections, we've got the blues and we've got the reds here. So the blues being defeated, because I gather they're the Conservatives, and the reds in a bit of a nightmare bind situation where they're going to have to work with the other parties coming forward. So let's see how it goes. But what I want to have a look at, show me, was this a deliberate attack on the European electricity grid, and that's a yes card. I think news about it's going to come out if it hasn't already, because I haven't looked at the news for the last hour. And this is very much about things through the air. Cyber attack is what I'm getting from that. So I think, yes, it was a cyber attack. So show me what we need to know about this cyber attack. Other countries need to take note. Come on down, let's have a look. So yeah, across the airwaves, information being sent, it was planned. I think news will come out about it. Left people in the dark, absolutely the challenge. Left people out in the cold, out in the dark, trapped on train stations, trapped in trains for hours, and I'm talking hours and hours and hours. Shut out of the grid, potentially. Shut out of the grid is what I'm getting. Now, my email, my main email, my personal email supplier went down yesterday for a long time. And they're investigating what happened there. And I do wonder if, again, that was also a cyber attack. But I'm talking about with Portugal, Spain, and France. So I'm going to say, yeah, I do think it was. And people were shut out of the system. Came from overseas at the foundation. Now, I'm drawn to the ship here, the cable cutting ship. I don't think it was a cable cutting. I think it was along that style. But I'm just going to say it came from overseas. In the past, the manipulation, the ability to get in and manipulate. Look over here while that's happening over there. Crowning this reading, we've got the strength of the people coming together, trying to get the system back up again. It's almost like they're trying to jumpstart it. But they are getting it back up again, sector by sector. And I'm just going to say it was manipulation that came from overseas. It's also my manipulation card. Yeah, I'm going to say it was manipulation that came from overseas. Absolutely. Working hard to try and bring the grid back up again, or it could simply be somebody hacked in and inserted a puzzle piece externally. Thank you. Love it when my guides pull me up. Hacked in and inserted a line of code or a puzzle piece. It was as simple as that, and internally brought everything to a halt. It will be restarted, but brought everything to an end. Right, hopes and fears. Pandora's box is being opened here. Was there a ransom that was demanded? No. Right. The outcome, the sun, full exposure, illumination, but also the advantages of each country having their own renewable energy backups, some sort of action being taken, a big announcement being made, and the Eight of Swords. A restriction. Who's this a restriction on? Do they catch who does it? Do they catch who does it? Now, you've got here the Four of Wands. Part of this announcement is getting through to the families. Is that Russia, or is that the system can be safe? I'm going to say it was Russia with the Three of Swords. A stab through the heart. We've then got the alchemy coming together, You've got fire and water here, so I think they'll get the nuclear plants back up, and then legal action will be taken. Legal action, it'll have huge ramifications. It will be highly emotive. We've then got the loss and walking away, the infighting, the stealing. I'm just going to say, I think the finger is going to be pointed at Russia in retaliation for the support of Zelensky shown at over the weekend. That's what I'm getting. Righto. So, I think this is going to go to the international courts. So, how's it going to go? How is it going to go? Right. The Six of Wands. A momentary victory, but it's a false victory. It's like it's a winning of the battle, but not the war. A momentary victory. But we've then got the High Priestess, the truth of it being revealed. We've got here something to do with the past. And I think it's to do with the emotions of the past, and I think it's to do with how the weekend went. We've got this big announcement going to be made about it. It's going to be a collective awakening in regards to the being shut out of the network, the manipulation coming from overseas, externally, same cards, different order. That brought things to a halt and then a restart. Same cards, different order with the odd extra one in there. Ten of Pentacles, it's going to unlock a Pandora's box, but it might also unlock more funding. We have this calm leader coming forward here, bringing about a new start, a new truth, and there will be a trail that will lead to the seas. So there will be someone's going to be strung up, or a country's going to be strung up and being forced to recompense for this because it was an abusive betrayal. Yeah, I think it's going to go to the international courts. Apparently it cost hundreds of millions of dollars in trade and damage and what else. I'm just going to ask, was it hacking from Russia? Oh, what did I see there? The devil card, which is pretty much a yes. Was it hacking that can be tracked back? I'm getting it was hacking into the French system. Yeah, it's going to reveal this. This nightmare is going to reveal the snake in the past. Is it going to be tracked back to Russian hackers? Let's have a look. It's going to be tracked back to Russian hackers. This desperation. I think you can almost taste it. Yeah, it is. Eight of Wands, cyber hacking, challenged by. Yeah, I think they're actually gonna work out who it was. Yeah, betrayal, abuse, a lot of emotional volatility about this. Right, no longer taking it lying down. Temperance, unexpected movements. There's something unexpected that's going to bring about an ending. We've got here mercenary actions, manipulation, past, to create confusion, King of Pentacles. Why is the King of Pentacles here? The circles of support around the King of Pentacles. Information is going to come out. There's going to be an announcement here by the government. It's going to be a difficult message to hear because we've got the dancing the tune of the devil. This is going to take me into my next part of the reading that I actually had noted to have a look at. I'm going to grab a different deck. I'll just put those aside. Grabbing the Smith-Waite Centennial deck. Did wonder if it's empty. Have written down here, Felon 45 getting cold feet with Putin and Witkov getting caught in the crossfire. Now, Witkov's paternal grandparents are Russian. However, I believe they fled Russia in the Jewish persecution. But it's not the Jewish part, it's the Russian part. But you get a couple of generations down and they seem to idolize the history without understanding the history. Felon 45's after his meetings in Rome, and then Russia apparently sent in 149 drones yesterday, launched against Ukraine. And Ukraine have come out and said they're very close to having meltdown of their 4 nuclear power plants because the drones are attacking the very similar to what happened in Spain and Portugal. Russia's drones are attacking the electricity suppliers that supply the cooling to the nuclear power plants. Sound familiar? So I want to have a look. Was this done in retaliation of how Felon 45 was treated in Rome? Now, I know it's a huge step. Now, Felon 45's come out and said on his Untruth Social that it makes me think he, ergo Putin, doesn't want to stop war. He's just tapping me along. No shit, Sherlock. Duh. Like, far out. But it feels like Felon 45's getting cold feet. We've got the election steal here. He's getting cold feet about something. Show me. It's Felon 45. Because, okay, Felon 45 is unpredictable. He's very knee-jerk. They entertainment only, allegedly. The election was stolen to put him into place to enact Project 25, which is basically the Russian and German 1930s playbook. But Felon 45, they're finding out that he's unpredictable, and they're not getting the results that they thought they would. So it's very possible they're going to attempt to bring him down. But is it getting cold feet? Yeah, it's too much. I think yes, he is. 2 10s, it's too much. It's becoming a huge chaotic burden for him. His mental acuity is not well. His physical acuity is not well. I think he's going to be tossed out. This is taking me back to the articles of impeachment that I did. Page of Wands, an announcement being made, legal action, the devil, bringing a downfall. This is the impeachment. Okay, let me ask. Oh boy, those that are receiving money. So are there some Republicans, allegedly, in the pay of the Kremlin being asked to, I'm going to say yes, they're going to end up with their backs up against the wall when they cast their vote. They're in the pay to impeach felon 45. I don't think it's going to play out like they think it's going to play out. Oh, so convoluted. It's like a bloomin' tangled spider web that I just walked through. And I just think that the offer is going to be put out there. The offer you cannot refuse to make this happen. Okay. Show me Witkov. Yeah, to bring down the false victory. I don't think they realise how this is actually going to play. They think it's going to play Russian style. They'll go, Vance is going to get to Brutus felon 45 and then step into the role a la Putin, but I don't think it's going to work that way for them. Show me Witkov. Is Witkov going to find himself caught in the crossfire between the Kremlin and felon 45? Is Witkov going to find himself in the crossfire? Witkov with a V on the end, not a double F. It's Witkov. Is it Witkov? No. His grandparents' spelling was. Is he going to find himself in the crosshairs between the Kremlin and felon 45? Going to find himself in the crosshairs. Okay, desperately trying to hang on to his fortune. But sacrifice. Yeah, I think he is. I think he is. There's secrets that he's trying to hang on to. There's information he's trying to hang on to, but I think he's going to be sacrificed. We've got here those in the Kremlin pay, his naivety in the past. The emperor has no clothes and being forced to walk away. End of his legacy. In the immediate future, secrets being revealed externally, internally, about money laundering, being on the take, manipulation from overseas, hopes and fears that felon 45 can be shut up. This is the mercenary. This is the mercenary. Someone's going to spill the beans on him, and it's going to catch him unexpectedly. Now, someone pointed out the fact that Witkov, by using his own private jet, not drawing a wage and using all his own money, which I can guarantee is not his money, means he doesn't have to submit any reports, means he doesn't have to abide by the usual regulations of officials. A money trail or hard work, some sort of announcement, money trail, a huge announcement, action being taken because he chained himself to the devil, and he is going to be facing legal action. Oh, there's my Jack Smith, Alex Whiting. There's some sort of prosecution here, and it's going to be a nightmare. Give it up or down you go. Give up what you know, or give it up or down you go. It just keeps going. A lot of information coming out about the manipulation, which is going to be emotionally devastating. Just a chaotic burden he's carrying. You've got the abuse of power, the steal, the betrayal, emotionally just full on. And then you've got a higher authority ruling, the gift from the past from Russia, the money gift. It's not going to end well. It's not going to end well for Witkov. Okay, that might do me for today. There's a lot. Oh boy, so much to unpack there. So much to unpack. But yeah, I do feel that the power going down was a cyber attack from within Russia. Felon 45 decided that he doesn't like the where's that box? There it is. He's getting cold feet because, like all bullies, he's a coward at heart. And however it goes down, Witkov is going to be collateral damage. Let me put it that way. Okay, I shall see you tomorrow. Let's see what new horrors tomorrow can bring. Catch you shortly. Bye-bye.